Okay, sled freaks, it's 65 degrees down here in Maryland. I'm out here in a t-shirt and I'm sweating. I figured I'd go over a couple of issues that a lot of guys, when they're racing, especially vintage sleds, small things that may be able to help you guys out. I'm going to tilt this secondary forward so you can see inside there where the buttons are totally worn out. Just a common problem on Arctic Cats, Polaris. It doesn't matter. Bombardiers, the whole 9 yards. Here's another one. You can see as I spin it, and basically metal to metal. They're trash. They're dog food, basically, unless I can get some bigger ones in there. I just reworked the secondary on my sled, and you would not believe the amount of slack that it took up in the belt itself due to the fact that now the buttons are riding where they should be. My sled right now is pretty much ready to go with the exception of an exhaust leak, which I'm going to point out right here. I have the material coming to fix that. That's just a small issue, nothing to really worry about. Jackie's 440 was in the same boat. However, about 3 or 4 months ago, I went and got brand new buttons for the primary and secondary. Now I'm going to go over those in just a second so you can see what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to point out here, this is a pre-77 clutch, which did not have any bolts on the towers where I'm pointing right now. They're super easy to work with, and the buttons right there are totally unlike your P85s or your later model Polarises. This one I haven't rebuilt yet. This one I have. As you can see how thin in this area the buttons are versus the old style. I like the old style for a couple of different reasons. You can get the cover off faster and change your springs. Here's another one that I have rebuilt, and you can see the difference between the clutch bases. Here's one that bolts to the top of the towers and 3 bolts on both sides. The other ones have no bolts except the 3 that bolt to the housing themselves. And I'll move on to one of those right now. As far as I'm concerned, they're the creme de la creme if you're into changing clutches. As you can see, there's no bolts on the towers. There's only the 3 around the edges. I like them for a number of reasons. The simplicity, it's a good clutch design. And like I said, I got Jackie's 440. I'm ready to rock. I'll fire her up. Got her all squared around. Like I said in my last video, my weights are way out of whack. She's coming in kind of cold sometimes, kind of hot other times, so we're going to yank that thing apart tomorrow and see what it brings. But after rebuilding the secondary and putting new buttons in the secondary on the 340, I think that you'll see how nice and tense the belt is right now, because it's riding along the upper portion of the secondary, which is basically where you want it. She still sounds good, still coming in right about where I want her to come in. Let me shut her down here and fire her up. As you can see, she'll go 85, 9 grand. This is going to depend on my weight, what happens. Got a few issues on both sleds. Going to be all dialed in, hopefully, by the 27th when we plan on racing at Kurtz's. Here's for all you sled freaks out there. Yep, I'm running the Sled Freak colors. And like I said, it's just a labor of love here with these old sleds. It's something you can't get out of your system once you start. I want to say hi to all the sled freaks up north, maybe taking advantage of some of this springtime riding. We're just sitting, ready to do some racing. Got the cats and the TX250 covered up, but this can be our mainstay right here, what you see right now. Can't say Whitey's loving life down here, but 65 to 70 ain't too bad. But, you know, you just kind of got to take it for what it is. You know, we have no illusions about riding up north for any long period of time. And, you know, some trail riding would have been nice, but right now down here, it sure ain't looking good, even out in southwestern Maryland or out around the Laurel Highlands. It's melting mighty fast. Whitey signing off from Maryland. Hope everybody's doing okay, and see you guys not this year on the trails, but maybe some of the grass drags.